We stand at the precipice of a revolution unlike any other in human history. A moment where two of the most transformative technologies, artificial intelligence and biotechnology, are converging to rewrite the rules of biology, medicine, and even consciousness itself. The implications are staggering, touching every aspect of our existence, from how we treat disease to how we define what it means to be human. This is not speculative fiction. It is the reality taking shape in laboratories and data centers around the world. As we delve into the breakthroughs defining this new era, one truth becomes undeniable. The future is arriving faster than we anticipated, and its consequences will be both exhilarating and unsettling. Artificial intelligence has evolved from a tool of computation to a partner in discovery. The latest generation of machine learning systems no longer merely processes information. It generates hypotheses, designs experiments, and even challenges long-held scientific assumptions. Consider AlphaFold, DeepMind's revolutionary AI, which has solved one of biology's grand challenges, predicting the three-dimensional structure of proteins from their amino acid sequences. This achievement, once thought decades away, has now been surpassed by AlphaFold 3, which maps not just individual proteins, but their intricate interactions within a cellular machinery. The ramifications are profound. Drug discovery, traditionally a slow and costly endeavor, is being accelerated exponentially. AI models can now screen millions of molecular combinations in hours, identifying potential treatments for diseases that have eluded researchers for generations. Yet AI's role in biology extends far beyond drug development. Synthetic biology, a field that merges engineering principles with biological systems, is being supercharged by machine learning. Scientists are using AI to design entirely new genetic sequences, optimizing organisms for everything from carbon capture to biomanufacturing. Imagine bacteria engineered to consume plastic waste, or algae programmed to produce biofuels with unprecedented efficiency. These are not hypothetical scenarios. They are active areas of research, with startups and academic labs racing to bring them to scale. The line between the digital and the biological is blurring, and AI is the catalyst. At the same time, biotechnology is undergoing its own metamorphosis, fueled by breakthroughs in gene editing, cellular reprogramming, and tissue engineering. CRISPR, the molecular scissors that revolutionized genetic manipulation, has evolved into a precision toolkit capable of editing DNA with near-surgical accuracy. The latest iterations, such as base and prime editing, allow scientists to rewrite individual nucleotides without disrupting the surrounding genetic code. Diseases once deemed incurable, sickle cell anemia, Huntington's, even certain cancers, are now within reach of permanent correction. Clinical trials are already underway, with early results suggesting that the era of genetic medicine has truly arrived. But the ambitions of biotechnology stretch beyond treating illness. Researchers are probing the mechanisms of aging itself, seeking not just to extend life, but to rejuvenate the body. Experiments in epigenetic reprogramming have demonstrated that aging is not an irreversible process. In landmark studies, scientists have reset cellular clocks in mice, restoring youthful function to organs and tissues. Companies like Altos Labs, backed by billionaires such as Jeff Bezos, are pouring resources into translating these findings to humans. The goal is audacious: to compress morbidity, allowing people to remain healthy and active until the very end of life. Some even speak of longevity escape velocity, the point at which medical advances outpace the aging process, effectively granting indefinite lifespans. The fusion of AI and biotechnology is yielding innovations that border on the surreal. Consider the development of organoids, miniature, simplified versions of organs grown in vitro. These three-dimensional cellular structures replicate key functions of the human brain, liver, and heart, serving as testbeds for new drugs and therapies. Now, AI is being used to refine these models, simulating how they would respond to thousands of experimental conditions. The result is a feedback loop where biological systems inform machine learning, and machine learning in turn enhances biological understanding. Perhaps the most startling convergence lies in neurotechnology. Brain-computer interfaces, BCIs, once confined to the realm of speculation, are now clinical realities. Neuralink AS first human trials have demonstrated that individuals paralyzed by spinal injuries can control digital devices through thought alone. The implications are vast, ranging from restoring mobility to augmenting cognitive function. As these technologies mature, they may enable direct communication between brains and machines, effectively merging human and artificial intelligence. The philosophical questions this raises are as profound as the technical challenges. What happens when thought can be digitized? When memories can be stored externally? When consciousness itself becomes malleable? Yet for all its promise, this technological revolution is not without peril. The ethical dilemmas are manifold. Gene editing, while offering cures, also opens the door to designer babies and genetic inequality. AI-driven automation threatens to disrupt labor markets on an unprecedented scale. The concentration of power in the hands of a few corporations and governments raises concerns about surveillance and control. The very tools that could uplift humanity might also deepen existing divides, creating a world where the enhanced and the unenhanced live in separate realities. The regulatory landscape is struggling to keep pace. Laws drafted in an era of slower technological change are ill-equipped to address the speed and complexity of AI biotech convergence. Should an AI that discovers a new drug be listed as an inventor on the patent? How do we prevent the weaponization of synthetic biology? Who gets access to life-extending therapies when they inevitably become available? These questions demand urgent attention, yet consensus remains elusive. Amid this turbulence, one thing is clear: the future will belong to those who adapt. The skills that define success in the 20th century, rote memorization, routine labor, are being rendered obsolete. In their place, creativity, critical thinking, and interdisciplinary collaboration are becoming paramount. Understanding the basics of AI and biotechnology is no longer the purview of specialists. It is a necessity for informed citizenship. This is why channels like Presente World exist, to bridge the gap between cutting-edge research and public understanding. Our mission is to demystify the technology shaping tomorrow, empowering you to navigate the coming changes with clarity and confidence. The journey ahead will be fraught with challenges, but also brimming with opportunity. So what can you do? First, stay informed. The breakthroughs of today will define the society of tomorrow, and passive observation is no longer an option. Subscribe to Presente World and hit the notification bell. We dissect the latest developments weekly, separating hype from reality. Second, engage in the conversation. Share this video with someone who needs to see it, because these issues affect us all. Finally, ask questions. What kind of future do you want? How should these technologies be governed? The answers will determine whether the AI biotech revolution becomes humanity's greatest triumph or its most cautionary tale. The clock is ticking. The future is not some distant abstraction. It is being built now in labs and server farms across the globe. Will you watch from the sidelines, or will you be part of shaping what comes next? The choice, as always, is yours. As these technologies advance at breakneck speed, they are forcing us to confront fundamental questions about equity, access, and the very meaning of human equality. The CRISPR baby scandal of 2018 was merely a preview of the ethical quagmires to come, where the line between therapy and enhancement blurs, where the wealthy gain access to biological upgrades long before the masses. Already, Silicon Valley executives are experimenting with unproven gene therapies and young blood transfusions in private clinics, while billions lack access to basic healthcare. This emerging biotech divide threatens to create permanent caste systems based not on race or class, but on genomic privilege. The democratization of these tools presents both promise and peril. DIY biohackers are now engineering microbes in garage labs using CRISPR kits ordered online. While this grassroots movement could spur innovation, it also raises nightmarish scenarios of amateur geneticists accidentally or intentionally releasing harmful organisms. The same open source ethos that gave us Wikipedia and Linux could lead to bioengineered viruses or AI-designed bioweapons falling into dangerous hands. Governments are woefully unprepared for this new era of decentralized, democratized biotechnology. Perhaps the most mind-bending frontier is the intersection of AI and neuroscience. As neural networks grow more complex, exhibiting behaviors that resemble creativity, curiosity, and even primitive forms of self-preservation, the question arises, at what point does artificial intelligence become artificial consciousness? The latest large language models already pass basic tests for theory of mind, the ability to attribute mental states to others. Some researchers argue we're witnessing the birth of a new form of sentience, while others dismiss this as sophisticated pattern matching. This debate has moved from philosophical circles to legislative chambers. Several countries are now considering robot rights, legal frameworks for how sentient AI should be treated. If an AI system can experience suffering, do we have moral obligations toward it? Conversely, if we create super intelligent AI that views humans as irrelevant, how do we ensure our survival? The alignment problem, making sure AI systems share human values, has become one of the most urgent challenges of our time. Looking further ahead, we're approaching thresholds that challenge our understanding of biology and identity. Cryonics companies are preserving brains in liquid nitrogen, betting on future revival through nanotech. Mind uploading experiments are making incremental progress in mapping neural connections. Some futurists predict that within this century, we may see the first successful transfer of human consciousness to a non-biological substrate, effectively achieving digital immortality. What then becomes of death, that most universal human experience? What happens to society when the wealthy can back up their minds to the cloud while others remain bound to mortal flesh? These are not abstract thought experiments. They are concrete possibilities that today's research is making plausible. Hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell. You won't want to miss these crucial discussions. Share this video with 3 friends who care about where humanity is headed. The future won't wait, and neither should we. The most important thing to remember, this isn't happening to us, it's happening through us. Every view, like, share, and comment contributes to the collective awareness we'll need to navigate this unprecedented technological revolution wisely. The present is ours to shape. Let's make it count.